Don Valley, a slow Dundas to the 401, 404 delay Steeles to Major Mackenzie. And if you're traveling to Gardner, we have a westbound delay from the DVP to west to Strawn. Again, as you approach the 427, eastbound is slow 427 to Cherry with a break. A new problem on the 400 northbound just coming in. Just north of the 401, the right lane is blocked with a collision. 400 not bad through there, but it does get busy. Finch to Steeles and approaching Langstaff to King Road. Mandarin makes it easy for you. Mandarin offers fast, delicious takeout and delivery in designated areas. Visit mandarinrestaurant.com for a takeout menu and make it Mandarin to go. Your next report at 7:01, and with the extended forecast, here's meteorologist Natasha Ramsahai.
Yeah, we've got some flurries here through the night tonight, and one band here over the next 20 minutes. It may look like light snow, light dusting at most, so trace amounts or less.
Snowing
by the time you wake up in the morning. We're going to sit steady at -1 degree through the night. Wind chill -6 is what you need to dress for in the morning. Overcast through the day, and then some rain showers mixed with wet flurries late in the day with a high of 2 degrees. Wednesday night into morning, lake effect snow, especially to the north, so leave extra time for that commute. Some areas, especially Barrie, Bradford, Keswick, could be waking up to near 5 to 10 centimeters. A mix of sun and cloud Thursday afternoon with a high of 1. Another system, this is a clipper coming through Thursday night into Friday morning. Most of the GTA, it's a good thing it's a PA day for a lot of kids, because most people for the morning commute will be waking up to at least 5 centimeters of snow. It'll be drier through the afternoon. Temperatures 1 degree falling to -2, wind chill -9. Overnight tonight, we are down to a low of -1 degree. That's where we're at now. -1 at Pearson, wind chill -5.
This extended forecast is brought to you by Cold Drops. One drop for temporary relief of sore throat and nasal congestion. Cold Drops. Cold Drops are available at Metro pharmacies near you. This product may not be right for you. Always read and follow the label.
Coming up at 7, parents are rallying outside the Sheridan Center downtown, where contract talks are set to continue tonight inside between the province and the union representing its public high school teachers.
6 City News Time, 6:54. Giving someone a CAA gift membership for the holidays is kind of like saying,
happy battery boost for when your car doesn't start.
wishing you peace, joy, and lots of restaurant savings.
Merry quick help with that flat tire.
Say happy holidays with a CAA gift membership and give peace of mind with 24/7 roadside assistance across North America, plus great savings on shopping, dining, and more. Buy a gift membership by January 5th and get a $10 gift card. Details at CAAgift.com. CAA, making bad days good and good days better. Put us on and find out what to wear. The best weather reports in the city every 10 minutes on 680 News.
The City of Toronto has released its proposed 10-year action plan for affordable housing. It comes with a $23 billion estimated price tag. Mayor John Tory says it builds on the city's historic partnership with the provincial and federal governments in addressing the housing needs of residents.
This is a comprehensive blueprint which goes to the Planning and Housing Committee next week, and it will help, when all of its elements are implemented, 341,000 households over the next 10 years.
The city will be looking for nearly $15 billion from the federal and provincial governments over the length of the plan. Business is next.
680 News Time, 6:55.
Cold symptoms coming at you? Take Dayquil Complete and put your cold symptoms out cold!
Dayquil Complete, the coughing, aching, congested chest, stuffy head, power through your day medicine. To ensure this product is right for you, always read and follow the label. Keep out of reach of children.
How does Sugar Plum Fairy transform Canada's Wonderland into the world of Winterfest?
We need lights, millions of them, a gigantic Christmas tree, and Snoopy and the Peanuts gang, and ice skating and carols spreading cheer, and more lights, and a heap of live shows and family rides. And lights!
Hurry, the magic only lasts on the world of Canada's Wonderland's Winterfest. Select dates through December 31st. Visit Winterfest Friday through Sunday and save over 20% on tickets. Only at Canada'sWonderland.com.
Cold symptoms coming at you? Take Dayquil Complete and put your cold symptoms out cold!
Dayquil Complete, the coughing, aching, congested chest, stuffy head, power through your day medicine. To ensure this product is right for you, always read and follow the label. Keep out of reach of children.
680 News Time, 6:56.
Now the 680 News Business Report. Here's Richard Summit.
Thank you, Slogana. Good evening. It's cold, it's all slushy, icy out there. How about we get away, take a trip down south? Sounds pretty nice, right? Oh, wait, we're broke. That's kind of the way most Canadians are looking at it. New survey out today finds half of Canadians won't be taking any trips this winter simply because they can't afford it. Alliance Global Assistance finds 66% will not be traveling. There's just not the budget. Millennials, the most least likely not to travel. 72% of Canadians, though, say a vacation is important to them. Of those that are planning a trip this winter, The average they'll spend is $2,700. All told, Canadian households expected to shell out $13.5 billion on winter vacations this year. So those that can't afford it will probably be doing so. And again, why not? It's a little ugly out there right now. Speaking of ugly, cycling brand Peloton facing a big backlash online over its holiday commercial. It begins with a husband gifting his wife a Peloton stationary bike on Christmas morning.
Peloton? Give it up. First ride. Nervous, but excited. Let's do this.
She's seen vigorously cycling on the stationary bike that retails for more than $2,200. She captures her workouts on social media for a year so the happy couple can then celebrate the following Christmas by reviewing her progress.
A year ago, I didn't realize how much this would change me. Thank you.
On social media, many commented that the woman's before and after pictures looked identical, and many found it strange that the spouse seemed to be pressuring his partner with a gift of weight loss. Peloton stock lost some weight today, was down 9.1%, $33.48, although analysts at Raymond James say despite the negative feedback, they don't believe this will impact sales to any great degree. Stocks were backpedaling on Trump comments. He said that a deal with China may not be in place for almost a year. TSX down 89 points to 16,892. Dow sliding 281%. S&P down 20 points. NASDAQ down 47. Time now for the Express Gold Refining XAU.ca gold price update. Gold jumping $15 to $1,484. Canadian dollar 75.23 cents. U.S. top stories are next on 680 News.
First, your disability insurer denies your long-term disability claim, and then your employer threatens to fire you if you don't return to work. Sound familiar? My name is Aaron Waxman, and if your disability insurer denies your disability claim for any reason, or if your employer threatens to fire you because you're too sick to work, call me at 416-661-4878. And don't worry about upfront legal fees, because there are none. At my law firm, we only get paid when you get paid. And before you call, you should always remember that there are no bad questions. 416-661-4878, or on your cell phone at Pound LTD.
In the ancient days, a symposium was full of debate, boasting, and revelries. Today, the tradition continues with friends and family at Symposium Cafe, Restaurant, and Lounge. The holidays are here at the Symposium location in your neighborhood. Explore their extensive menu with a variety of delicious items for every occasion. Whether it's casual or business, relaxed or formal, Symposium has a table for you. Visit symposiumcafe.com for locations and today's features.
Now, 680 News regional weather conditions for Walmart.
Walmart's Cyber Monday event is on now and exclusively online at walmart.ca. Don't miss savings on brands like Dyson, Lego, and Beats. Hurry, event ends this Wednesday, December 4th. In Caledon, snow now, -2 degrees. Brampton overcast and 0. Downtown Toronto, we're getting light snow with a wind chill reading of -5. It's 7 o'clock.
Number one for breaking news, traffic, and weather. This is 680 News, Toronto.
Here are James Monroe and Slijana Tominzis.
Good evening. It is Tuesday, December 3rd.
Here's what's making news this hour.
If an agreement is not reached by midnight, Ontario public high school teachers will hold a one-day strike tomorrow. Parents in support rallying outside negotiation headquarters.
Residents displaced by the fatal fire at 235 Gosford have lost power.
State of disrepair caused or at a minimum contributed to the fire.
And they want some straight answers.
And on the roads, collision southbound DVP south of Span Bridge. The left lane is blocked, and there's some snow in the forecast. Traffic and weather in seconds.
The Maple Leafs play the first half of their back-to-back in Philadelphia tonight as Kyle Lowry makes his return to the Raptors lineup as Toronto hosts Miami. Sports at 15.
Stocks slide for a third day. TSX down 89 points. And Uber Eats in with the most ordered dishes in Toronto of the past year. Business at 20 cents.
It'll be like macaroni and cheese or some stupid shit.
Traffic and weather together on ones. Carrie Pritzkes.
This report is brought to you by Shoppers Drug Mart. Southbound on the Don Valley Parkway, south of Spanbridge, the left lane is blocked with a collision. It's jammed on the southbound 404 DVP from approaching Shepherd to south of Spanbridge. After that, it opens up, though. Westbound on the Gardner, we still have volume delays from the DVP to west of Strawn. Picks up for a stretch and slows again from Park Lawn to the 427. Westbound on the QEW, that's busy from just west of the 427 to west of here, Ontario. Slows again as you pass the Ford plant, but it looks good on the westbound QEW through Burlington. Westbound on the 401, still a slow drive from the 404 to the the 400, alternately express and collectors. After that, heading into Mississauga, it's still backed up as well from just west of the 410 and the collectors to west of Mavis. Eastbound on the 401, delays from east of Winston Churchill to here, Ontario. Then it's slow going across the city from the 427 to Victoria Park and the Express. Delays continue to east of Kennedy and the collectors, and just a bit of volume left to eastbound 401 from the 412 to Brock Street. Northbound on the 400, just north of the 401, the right lane is blocked with a collision, a very minor delay there. But past that, still some volume northbound on the 400, approaching Rutherford to north of King Road. It's time for your annual flu shot. To get yours, simply visit your nearest Shoppers Drug Mart. Protect yourself. Getting vaccinated is your best defense against the flu, subject to availability. And now with the forecast, here's Natasha Ransahai. We've got some flurries on the way this evening, could make for some slick roads overnight tonight, and the flurries will linger into tomorrow morning as we wake up to -1, wind chill -6. It is overcast tomorrow, and after those morning flurries, watch for potentially some rain showers in the afternoon. You may even want to walk with an umbrella for that. A high of 2 degrees expected, and then tomorrow night into Thursday morning, lake effect snow will take over with a vengeance to the north. We've got a good 5 to 10 centimeters for spots like Barrie northward, and even 2 to 5 centimeters for Markham, Stouffville, and through northern York and Durham regions. We'll be under a mix of sun and cloud here in the city Thursday with a few flurries and a high of 1 degree. Then another snowmaker, a clipper, moves in Thursday night into Friday morning. We could be looking at 5+ centimeters of snow here in the GTA to start the Friday morning commute. It'll be drier through the afternoon with a high near 1. Tonight we're down to a low of -1.
Downtown Toronto, light snow and a wind chill rating of -5. 680 News Time, 7:03.
Happening now downtown, we're on the verge of a one-day walkout by the province's public high school teachers. At the same time, parents are rallying outside the Sheridan in support of the teachers.
680's Michelle Mackey is there, joins us live with the latest. Michelle.
So, Jana, it's very quiet inside negotiation headquarters, literally and figuratively. When I asked Harvey Bischoff, president of the Ontario Secondary School Teachers Federation, he replied, simply, things are not going well.
Absolutely nothing of substance has happened today. The government has not, over the last almost 4 complete days of bargaining, presented a single new proposal that would advance negotiations. So it's been very discouraging.
The main sticking points are class sizes, online courses, and a proposed 1% cap on annual raises. Education Minister Stephen Lecce says the province has made moves on these issues, while the OSSTF has not.
The ball is in the court of the unions to be reasonable. The government has demonstrated that we have been reasonable. We're going to continue to be reasonable. Today we've offered, we think, a different frame, which hopefully will demonstrate to OSSTF that we are going to continue to maintain our focus on kids.
Outside, a very different atmosphere as dozens rallied to show their support of teachers and education workers across the province. Live at the Sheridan Centre, I'm Michelle Mackey.
More than 2 weeks after being displaced by deadly fire in North York, hundreds of residents at 235 Gosford are still waiting to return to their homes. Now, a well-known law firm says it's willing to begin litigation against the landlord. Here's 680's Mark Douglas.
Where we need our landlords the most, we feel ignored, hopeless, and scared.
Diamond and Diamond lawyers now launching a class action procedure, and they could begin litigation within 48 hours. Lawyer Daryl Singer is certainly not holding back on the allegations.
The landlord, Ron K. Management, has allowed the building to remain in a state of disrepair for a number of years, and it's our position that this state of disrepair caused or at a minimum contributed to the fire.
Singer says the tenants they represent have 3 demands: immediate assurance from the landlord that all displaced residents will be provided housing, that all tenants immediately get any outstanding transition payments they were promised, and they want some financial assistance for the cost of getting kids to and from school or daycare. We have reached out to Ron K. for comment. No reply at this time. In North York, I'm Mark Douglas.
680 News Time, 7:06. It was another confusing day at the Old City Hall courthouse as the man accused of pouring feces on strangers at university campuses in the city made his second court appearance. 680's Morgan Qureshi was there.
After much confusion, delay, and a couple of courtroom switches, Samuel Opoku eventually made a very brief court appearance. The 23-year-old sitting next to his lawyer at the front of the courtroom, slowly swaying back and forth in his chair. A special bail hearing has been set for December 18th. Opoku's lawyer, Jordan Wise, asked about whether his client knows what's going on.
He's definitely, to use the legal terminology, fit to stand trial.
But Wise says he can't say whether his client has mental health issues but did say this.
Well, I think most people would agree that the allegations would suggest some form of mental illness. I think most people would agree with that, unless I'm mistaken.
At Old City Hall, I'm Omen Qureshi.
680 News Time, 7:07. Winter is still several weeks away, even though the snow, ice, and wind have been around. 680's Irene Precklett tells us when it does officially begin later this month. May not be as bad as first predicted.
It's been the fall that keeps delivering winter weather. So what about actual winter? Some of the early predictions painted a bone-chilling, back-breaking, snowy picture, but Environment Canada senior climatologist David Phillips says the most recent models are looking up, temperature-wise, that is.
So we think that most of the country, in fact, all of it, is looking like milder than normal. We don't see any areas colder than normal. But in the GTA, we think it will be not balmy, but certainly the edge would be off of it.
As for snow, it looks like we're in for near normal amounts, and Phillips says lovers of winter need not worry. Winter weather is not taking the season off. I'm Irene Precklett. 680 News Time, 7:08. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau had a busy first day at the NATO summit in London, rubbing elbows with royalty and having a face-to-face meeting with U.S. President Donald Trump.
From receptions with the Queen to a dinner with British Prime Minister Boris Johnson, NATO leaders received the red carpet treatment as they arrived for this summit. But work was being done on the sidelines as Prime Minister Justin Trudeau sat down with U.S. President Donald Trump.
Just slightly delinquent.
That's how Trump describes Canada for failing to meet the NATO commitment of military spending, which is 2% of our GDP. Trump then put Trudeau on the spot, asking him where Canada currently stands.
1.3. 1.4.
And
they know it's important.
Trump and Trudeau also discussing the need to ratify the new NAFTA as quickly as possible and American security concerns with Huawei as Canada considers giving the Chinese telecom access to our 5G networks. Cormac McSweeney, Parliament Hill.
Coming up in 30 seconds, a little move at the pump. 680 News Time, 7:09.
This is 680 News.
Hello, Alpine Credits.
You're the guys that say approved, right?
Yes, sir.
So I want to turn the backyard into a putting green, and my girlfriend did not approve. Could you?
We only approve homeowners for loans, for renovations, consolidating debt, that type of thing.
Well, maybe if I got a loan to do it.
Very nice.
At Alpine Credits, we try to approve all home equity loan applications, regardless of your credit, age, or income. Find out more at alpinecredits.ca. Alpine Credits. Homeowners get approved. Fiscal license 12616.
Now, 680 News gas price update. Enpro predicts the price will drop a cent at midnight to about $1.12.9. Coming up in 60 seconds, traffic and weather together.
680 News Time, 7:10.
You text it, DM it, say it 5 times a week. Let's grab a drink soon, ? It should be more like, let's grab a drink soon, ! Because not everyone who says it, does it. If you miss your crew, why wait for them to make plans? Hit someone up you said it to 3 weeks ago. You'll laugh, catch up, remember the good times. So will they. When's the last time you made a drink soon happen? JP Weisers. Hold it high. Please enjoy responsibly.
Rexall can help with holiday gifts.
Spend $50, get 100 bonus air miles.
Yeah, Dad, it's Beauty Thursday. Oh, let's get that perfume for Mom. Some cologne and maybe that aftershave, right?
Sure.
Then use the bonus air miles to treat ourselves to a little something.
I like the way you think. You know, I wouldn't mind trying those face masks you and your friends always talk about.
Ooh, I like the way you think. This Beauty Thursday, get 100 bonus air miles when you spend $50 or more on skincare, cosmetics, hair care, and fragrances. Visit Rexall.ca for details.
680 News Time, 7:11.
Traffic and weather together on one's KP.
This report is brought to you by City TV. Southbound on the Don Valley Parkway, that collision south of Spanbridge has cleared, but it's still a jam up on the southbound 404 DVP from approaching Shepherd to south of Eglinton. Then things start to pick up again. If you're on the northbound Don Valley Parkway, still seeing volume delays from Baby Bloor up to the 401, and the northbound 404 is slow from Steeles to Major Mackenzie. Northbound on the Allen, approaching the 401, 2 left lanes remain closed. This is because of a collision that happened 2 hours ago now, but there may have been some significant damage to the barrier. And last I spoke with Toronto Transportation, their maintenance crews were checking that out. So northbound Allen, it's jammed from Lawrence to approaching the 401. Traveling the northbound 400, just north of the 401, the right lane is blocked with a collision. There's no delay there. And past that, it's gradually improving northbound 400, but still busy sections from Major Mackenzie to north of King Road. Northbound on the 427, that's slow from north of the 409 up to the 407, and the northbound 410 is busy into Brampton from Steeles up to Beauvais. Eastbound on the 401, expect delays approaching Mississauga Road over to Huron, Ontario, and it's still quite heavy across the city from the 427 over to Victoria Park in the Express. Delays right through to Kennedy if you're in the Collectors, but it looks much better into the Durham region now on the eastbound 401. Westbound 401, that's heavy from just west of the 404, alternately Express and Collectors to about the 400, and then things improve until you're heading into Mississauga. It's still jammed westbound 401 approaching here Ontario and the Collectors to west of Mavis. Wednesday on BT, Robbie Amell has a new flick, and you don't even have to leave home to make the perfect holiday gift. Breakfast television weekdays at 5:30, only on City TV. And now with the forecast, here's Natasha Ramsahai. Flurries this evening, temperatures down to -1, wind chill -6. Still some flurries lingering in the morning. We'll get a bit of a break around lunch from the precipitation, but then we're into some rain showers through the afternoon, mixing with wet snow to the north, a high of 2 degrees, and then watching lake effect snow really kicking in Wednesday night into Thursday morning. This could be a good 5 to 10 centimeters in through places like Barrie and Bradford, 3 to 6 centimeters for Markham, Stouffville, Claremont. So take care, leave extra time if you're driving in from the north on Thursday morning. We'll likely get some on and off flurries here in the city and mix of sun and cloud with a high near 1. Tonight we're down to a low of -1.
6 City News Time, 7:13.
The mayor has unveiled the City of Toronto's 10-year action plan to address a shortage of both rental and social housing. It's estimated to cost governments more than $23 billion. The city needs $15 billion of it from the feds and provincial governments. John Tory calls it a comprehensive blueprint.
Will help when all of its elements are implemented, 341,000 households over the next 10 years. And that includes an ambitious target of approving 40,000 new affordable rental homes, 18,000 new supportive housing units for vulnerable residents, and it includes 10,000 new affordable rental and supportive homes for women and girls.
He says the city's already committed to $5.5 billion in operating and capital investments. The plan will go before the Planning and Housing Committee next Tuesday.
6 City News Time, 7:14.
In winter, Canadians have a saying, only a hoser brings a toque to a poutine kerfuffle. My toque! Oh, sorry. Not everything we say in Canada makes sense. Luckily at Ford Service, we have a saying that does. The Works Service Package is everything you need to get winter ready. More than an oil and filter change, it includes a vehicle report card, 83-point inspection, and tire rotation. Right on! Book your appointment for the Works for only $89.99. See participating Ford stores for details.
Listen. No, seriously. Doesn't it feel good to just stop and listen? At Audible, we think everything is better when you listen. Join Audible now until December 6th, and new members get our special Cyber Week offer of 2 free audiobooks with your first 30 days free. After that, you'll choose one title every month from the world's largest selection of audiobooks. Join Audible now with our Cyber Week offer at audible.ca. Everything is better when you listen.
This is All News Radio, 680 News. With a few clouds in downtown Toronto and some light snow around the GTA, -1 at Pearson, feels like -5. Good evening from the 680 News Broadcast Center. I'm James Monroe.
I'm Nicole Janice Simmons. Here are the top stories right now.
No class. Some parents in the province are scrambling to prepare for closed public high schools tomorrow. Unionized teachers and support staff set to walk off the job for one day. Parents are rallying tonight in support of the educators. 680 News is at the Sheridan where it's all happening, and there is some more snow in the forecast. We'll tell you when it's coming. Traffic and weather after sports.
680 News Time, 7:15. Time for 680 Sports.
From Sportsnet, 590 The Fan, Robbie Waugh.
James, Maple Leafs and Flyers just underway in Philadelphia. It is the first half of a back-to-back for Toronto. Frederik Andersen getting the start, and this one is scoreless right now, just about 6.5 minutes into the first period. Jason Spezza skating on a line tonight with Ilya Mikheyev and John Tavares, but still no score in this one early in the first period. Meantime, Kyle Lowry making his return to the Raptors lineup tonight after missing the last 11 games with a broken thumb. Head coach Nick Nurse says Lowry will not have a minutes restriction, but does have a number in mind.
Kyle's operated best for a full season when he gets around the 32, 33-minute mark. For
Kind of where we should settle in. Toronto home to the Miami Heat tonight. Tip off at 7:30 on Sportsnet 590 The Fan and Sportsnet 1. Akeem Alou meeting with the NHL today says he has had a positive meeting with Commissioner Gary Bettman and Deputy Commissioner Bill Daly. The NHL releasing a statement saying that the league shares a mutual objective, ensuring that hockey is an open and inclusive sport at all levels. And in NFL news, the Carolina Panthers fired head coach Ron Rivera, with the team sitting at 5-7. Sports at 15 and 45, past every hour or anytime on the home of Tim and Sid, now on TV and radio. Sportsnet 590 The Fan.
680 News Time, 7:17.
Tim Hortons makes holiday shopping easy, no matter who's on your list. Like friends, coworkers, and even know-it-all cousins. $1 from every purchase of our holiday merchandise supports Tim Hortons Foundation Camps. It's the gift that keeps on giving. Available to participating restaurants for a limited time.
Does your credit card debt keep you up at night? I know mine did. Hi, I'm Adam, and 6 years ago, I was no different, so I started Newboro. Our proven step-by-step system helps homeowners eliminate debt and save thousands, like Tina.
Now I sleep at night, my debts are paid off, and I only make one monthly payment.
Read hundreds of other 5-star Google reviews and apply today to start saving.
Use your home to get a loan with Newboro. Visit newboro.com. License 13115.
Tim Hortons makes holiday shopping easy, no matter who's on your list. Like friends, coworkers, and even know-it-all cousins. $1 from every purchase of our holiday merchandise supports Tim Hortons Foundation Camps. It's the gift that keeps on giving. Available to participating restaurants for a limited time.
680 News Time, 7:18.
California Senator Kamala Harris is ending her presidential campaign.
During her kickoff events in California and Iowa, her campaign tried to mimic Barack Obama's campaign rallies. Large crowds and loud motivational speeches.
Iowa, I stand here before you today, with people fully prepared to defeat Donald Trump.
Among Democrats, it seemed to be working. Her numbers rose, but in recent months, Harris's polling and fundraising took a nosedive. There were reports of problems in her campaign, and she struggled to put forward clear messaging. Now Harris announcing she is suspending her campaign. Alex Stone, ABC News.
U.S. President Trump dismissing a stock market dive that happened today after his remarks about a trade deal with China.
In London, the president suggested an agreement is not close, and that he wants a good deal, not a fast one.
In some ways, I like the idea of waiting till after the election.
That said, markets dropping sharply. Hours later, the president said no big deal, since they're falling from record highs, which he often touts. Not today.
The stock market goes up and down. I don't watch the stock market. I watch jobs.
Sagar Mangani, Washington.
This is All News Radio 680 News. Americans are expected to give $500 million to charity today, but ABC's Ryan Burrow tells us scammers are looking to take advantage of it.
Facebook, PayPal, and eBay are among the online giants kicking in matching funds or donations on this Giving Tuesday. But Steve Burness with the Better Business Bureau says don't feel pressured into donating to a group today.
Legitimate charities will want your money today. They're going to want it tomorrow. They're going to want it next week. It's the scammers that really have to worry about. The ones that say on-spot donation, you got to pay now, or we need it now in order to do something.
Websites like Charity Navigator, Charity Watch, and the BBB Wise Giving Alliance can tell you more about nonprofit organizations, including how the money is spent. Ryan Burrow, ABC News.
Traffic and weather together next.
680 News Time, 7:20.
Right now at Rogers, you can unwrap more. Like buy one, get one when you activate 2 lines with the Samsung Galaxy S10 and S10e on select 2-year plans. That means more for you and them with our greatest BOGO yet. More perfect holiday photos with Samsung's Pro-Grade multi-camera and infinite data you can share when you get them both on a Rogers Infinite plan. Get twice the nice with Samsung BOGO during the Wrap in Red event on now at Rogers.
When was the last time your family had their eye exams? Visit your neighborhood eye care experts at Pearl Vision and give your whole family the gift of clear vision. They're offering 40% off lenses with frame purchase, and they will help you find brands your family loves, like Burberry and Tory Burch. Plus, Pearl Vision direct bills most insurance plans and welcomes your current prescription. Arrange your family's eye exams at pearlvision.ca. Valid prescription required. Valid at participating Canadian locations. Taxes not included. Some restrictions may apply. See store for details. Offer ends December 31st, 2019.
680 News Time, 7:21.
Traffic and weather together all at once. Here's Carrie.
This report is brought to you by Barney's Steakhouse. We have a new problem on the Fort Erie bound QEW just before Eastport. The left lane is blocked with a stalled vehicle. This just happened a few minutes ago, so that backup is just building now as you come down the Burlington Skyway. Again, that's Niagara bound QEW approaching Eastport. We're still looking at volume delays westbound on the Gardner from the DVP to west of Jameson. A slow go on the westbound QEW as you approach Dixie to west of Cawthron. Bunches up again at the Ford plant to Trafalgar Road. Northbound 427, that's busy approaching Rexdale up to the 407, and delays northbound DVP 404 from Baby Velour to the 401 and from Steeles to Major Mackenzie. Northbound on the Allen, just before the 401, the two left lanes remain closed because of a collision. You'll find traffic jammed from Lawrence. Northbound on the 400, that problem north of the 401 has cleared away, and looks like delays have pretty much eased off on the northbound 400. Westbound on the 401, that's still busy from the 404 to the 400, alternately express and collectors. Heading into Mississauga, it's backed up approaching here Ontario and the collectors to approaching Mississauga Road, and a slow go on the eastbound 401 from Mississauga Road to here Ontario, and still seeing a busy sections across the city from the 427 to Kennedy, alternately express and collectors. When's the last time you had a Barney's steak? Celebrating over 50 years at Barney's Steakhouse, where the smart money on Bay Street still does steak. Reserve at barneys.com. And now with the forecast, here's Natasha Ramsay. Light snow and flurries tonight, giving a light dusting for some. -1 is the temperature we're going to sit at all night long, and getting up to 2 degrees tomorrow. Likely even start mixing in some rain showers through the afternoon. A number of dry hours in there as well tomorrow. Thursday morning, though, waking up to lake effect snow that would have been ongoing since Wednesday night. So leave some extra time driving in from the north. The afternoon, a mix of sun and cloud with some flurries and a high of 1 degree, wind chill -4. A Clipper system. This is a fast-moving low pressure system, moves in Thursday night, and Friday morning's commute could be looking at a good 4 or 5 centimeters in place for that. It's going to be a slow morning. The afternoon is drier with temperatures 1 degree falling to -2, wind chill -9. By Saturday morning, that wind chill is back to -16. Overnight tonight, temperatures steady near -1, wind chill -6 by morning.
Downtown Toronto, some light snow and a wind chill reading of -5.
Coming up at the bottom of the hour, parents in the province scrambling tonight to prepare for closed public high schools tomorrow. Unionized teachers and support staff set to walk off the job for one day, and the parents are also rallying tonight in support of those teachers. And 680 News is at the Sheridan. We'll go there straight ahead.
680 News Time, 7:24.
There's a reason you look people in the eyes when you shake their hand. A reason you don't like being late for meetings and hate missing deadlines. It's why you put your customers first and pick your partners wisely. Because you know, in business, reputation is everything. Trust your reputation to FedEx for all of your international shipping needs. Express, ground, and freight. Visit FedEx.ca/reason. FedEx, connecting people and possibilities.
At 680 News, we know weather. And we guarantee it. If we're off by more than 3 degrees, we'll announce a lucky winner of our growing cash jackpot.
Now, get more chances to win each month and vacation better with Sunwing.
Enter in December for your chance to win an all-inclusive vacation for 2 at the Grand Memories Splash in Punta Cana.
Located near Bavaro Beach with one of the largest water parks, you can enjoy excitement and relaxation with 24-hour room service and 7 enormous water slides.
The 680 News weather guarantee with Sunwing at the Grand Memories Splash
at 680news.com.
Christmas news next. This is 680 News. The world's most unmistakable voice, Josh Groban, live February 11th and 12th at Niagara Falls View Casino. Josh Groban selling out arenas across the globe. Visit FallsViewCasinoResort.com for tickets. Josh Groban, live February 11th and 12th at Niagara Falls View Casino.
The best gift ever just got better at Mercedes-Benz Toronto retail stores. From now until December 24th, finance 2015 to 18 certified pre-owned Mercedes-Benz models from 0.99% for up to 60 months and receive 3 monthly payments on us. Decorate your driveway and light up the neighborhood this holiday season with your certified pre-owned Mercedes-Benz model, certified to the same standard to which they were built. Hurry into your local Mercedes-Benz Toronto retail store or visit mdtoronto.ca for details.
25 minutes past the hour, brought to you by the Scott Mission.
Oh, fuck. They do it. I'm never going to make it down there.
Peel residents and employees are getting into the spirit of the holiday season early. They've donated close to 5,000 toys to Peel Police's annual Toys for Tots campaign. The service will share the toys with community groups so they can provide a Christmas for a child in need.
Christmas news at 25 minutes past every hour on 680 News.
Now, 680 Business Report, Richard Southern.
Good evening. No one knows what we're eating better than Uber Eats. It has all the data on those late-night orders you may rather forget. And today, Uber Eats Canada out with some of the most ordered dishes of the past year in the GTA. Topping the list, your classic pizza, followed by sushi, wings, and ramen.
You can't just call a pizza place and get pizza. They deliver.
Uber says the most caffeinated city in the world is Toronto.
Yeah.
GTA orders more coffee on Uber Eats than anywhere else. What will we be chowing down on in 2020? Uber is predicting that bone broth will be particularly popular, followed by Brussels sprouts, chickpea butter, squid ink, and cauliflower. Interestingly enough, Uber also pointing out that the CN Tower was the third most frequently Ubered to tourist attraction this year, behind only the Empire State Building and the Freedom Tower in New York City. Uber stock edged up 4 cents to $29.02. Markets were stuck in reverse, though, after U.S. President Trump suggested a phase 1 trade deal between the U.S. and China may not happen until after the 2020 elections in the States. TSX fell 89 points, half of 1% to 16,892. The Dow sliding 280 points to 27,502. S&P down 20 points. The NASDAQ falling 47 points on the session. Price for gold rocketing up $15.20 to 1,484 U.S. dollars the ounce. After the bell, it was announced that Larry Page is stepping down as CEO of Alphabet, the Google parent company. Page was the co-founder of Google and is the 9th richest person in the world, worth $55.8 billion. The CEO of the Google subsidiary,
only got him number 9.
will also now head up Alphabet. Canadian dollar at 75.22 cents U.S. This is 680 News.
They used to be the number one.
I've got to buy new equipment for my business.
I want to increase my online sales. I wish I could expand my team.
I want to see my business move forward.
Things can move fast when you're in business. And at BDC, we understand entrepreneurs. With our 100% online small business loan, you could quickly make your project a reality. Go to bdc.ca/online loan. Apply in minutes and get up to $100,000 within 48 hours of approval. Apply now at bdc.ca/online loan.
Me and this F-150, we are in it for the long haul.
Oh, yeah? What about costs like insurance, maintenance, fuel?
No problem. It just won an award for lowest cost to own in its class, 5th year in a row.
Wow, sounds like you really love your truck.
Yeah.
Get the Ford F-150, the truck with the Vincentric Award for lowest cost to own in its class. Now during the 4th year-end event, get up to $10,500 in rebates on select new 2019 F-150 models. Get the truck that's built for the long haul. Visit your local Ford store or Ford.ca.
Vancouver rain and a high of 8. Edmonton, mix of sun, cloud, high of 5. San Francisco, cloudy and a high of 17. And downtown Toronto, overcast, light snow around the GTA, -1 at Pearson. Feels like -5. I'm James Monroe. What's your name again?
I'm still Jana Timmins. 7:30.
Number 1 for news in Toronto. This is 680 News.
Here are Scott Burnett and Caitlin Lee.
Good evening. It's Tuesday, December 3rd.
Here's what's making news right now.
Parents are rallying outside the negotiation headquarters as talks between the province and education workers near a critical deadline. A one-day strike looming tomorrow.
Residents of 235 Gosford are taking their landlord to court, claiming the building has been in a state of disrepair for many years before devastating a deadly fire in November.
A King business owner and his son are behind a flag supporting Don Cherry.
He didn't do anything wrong.
They want him back on the air.
A video appears to show a Toronto police officer sleeping in a marked cruiser. Now an internal investigation is underway.
Maple Leafs and Flyers scoreless right now as they are midway through the first period as the Raptors welcome Kyle Lowry back to the lineup tonight against the Miami Heat. Sports at 45.
Larry Page, the CEO of Google, is stepping down from the search engine giant he helped found. Stocks backing up. Dow falls almost 300 on Trump comments. Business at 56.
Time 7:31.
Time for traffic and weather together on the ones. Good evening, Carrie Prunskis.
Good evening. This report is brought to you by Leon's Furniture. I'm looking at a new problem on the eastbound 401. It's just east of Yonge and the Express. The left lane is blocked with a collision, so that's going to only make things even slower on the eastbound 401. First off, it's still busy from Mississauga Road to Huron, Ontario, and we still have this heavy volume across the city from the 427 to Victoria Park and the Express. Delays from Kipling to Kennedy and the Collectors. Again, that problem is east of Yonge and the Express. Westbound 401, that's busy from Bayview to Avenue Express and Collectors, a bit of a break, and then it slows again from the Allen to the 400, alternately Express and Collectors, and still a slow go into Mississauga as you approach here Ontario on the Collectors to approaching Mississauga Road. Northbound on the 400, road conditions are starting to deteriorate once you hit about Major Mackenzie or into that snow, light snow, but it's getting pretty slippery on the roadways. So northbound 400, expect delays on and off from Major Mackenzie up to about Highway 9. Northbound Don Valley Parkway 404, that's slow from Baby Bloor to the 401, and another delay from the 407 up to Major Mackenzie. Westbound Gardner, that's still jammed from the DVP to west of Jameson, and delays westbound QEW from west of the 427 to here Ontario. A minor drag as you pass the Ford plant, and Fort Erie bound QEW, that problem approaching Eastport has cleared. Eastbound QEW, delays have eased off on that route. Eastbound Gardner is still slow into downtown from the Humber Bridge to Cherry, and we still have this problem northbound on the Allen approaching the 401. Two left lanes are blocked with a collision. It's backed up from Lawrence. The Black Friday sale is on now at Leon's. You'll find incredible savings throughout the showroom on furniture, mattresses, appliances, and TVs. Limited time only. Visit leons.ca today. And now with the forecast, here's Natasha Ramsahad. -1 degree. That's where we're going to sit all night long with some flurries expected. That's going to linger into the morning. May have a light dusting on the windshield to brush off in the morning, waking up to wind chills of -6. The afternoon, fairly cloudy. We've got some rain showers mixed with flurries late in the day with a high near 2 degrees. Tonight, temperatures remain steady near -1 degree.
Right now in downtown Toronto, we've got a partly cloudy sky at -1. 680 News Time, 7:33.
They are running out of time. A rally is taking place outside of negotiation headquarters tonight as the province and the Ontario Secondary School Teachers Federation tries to reach a deal. As well, avert a one-day walkout tomorrow.
680's Michelle Mackey joins us live from outside the Sheraton Centre with the latest. Michelle.
Scott, T-minus 4.5 hours to hammer out a deal. If that deal cannot be reached between the province and the Ontario Secondary School Teachers Federation, then all Ontario public high school teachers will walk off the job for one day tomorrow. Now, today, at Queen's Park Education Minister Stephen Lecce said they presented a new and innovative option to the Ontario Secondary School Teachers Federation.
We have today, through our mediators, offered a new framework that we think, we believe in our estimation, should keep them at the table. We hope they will.
However, Harvey Bischoff, president of that union, says that never actually happened.
So I heard this report through the media, not from the minister, not from the minister's representatives at the table. I asked my negotiators to go back and ask the mediator, did you give us a new proposal from the government? And her answer was unequivocally no.
So that's where we're at. Very little movement at the bargaining table, and outside parents who are here to support have begun to disperse. It is cold, it is chilly, so fair enough. If tomorrow's one-day strike is a go, it will be the first time we have seen this in 22 years in Ontario. Live at the Sheraton Centre, I'm Michelle Mackey.
680 News Time, 7:35. They fear they could be homeless by the holidays. Displaced residents of 235 Gosford gearing up to take the landlord to court following that deadly fire that happened at the high-rise more than 2 weeks ago. Here's 680's Mark Douglas.
We survived the fire, but I don't know if I'm going to survive this nonsense.
Building residents are furious over what they say are not enough answers from their landlord, and the answers they are getting
are different from one person to the next.
They're very confusing. People are scared.
From Diamond and Diamond lawyers, Daryl Singer alleges a state of disrepair at 235 Gosford Boulevard either caused or at least contributed to the deadly fire.
We've had reports for months of sparks flying out of people's radiators or light sockets.
Singer says they are ready to litigate in 48 hours if the landlord, Ronquet Management, does not meet their demands, including guarantees that all displaced residents will be provided housing by the landlord until they can move back to their apartments. We have reached out to that company for comment, but have heard nothing back. In North York, I'm Mark Douglas.
Here with All News Radio 680 News at 7:36. The City of Toronto has released its proposed 10-year action plan for affordable housing. It comes with a $23.4 billion estimated price tag. Mayor John Tory saying it builds on the city's historic partnership with the provincial and federal governments in addressing the housing needs of residents.
This is a comprehensive blueprint which goes to the Planning and Housing Committee next week, and it will help when all of its elements are implemented, 341,000 households over the next 10 years.
The city will be looking for nearly $15 billion from the federal and provincial governments over the length of the plan.
The man accused of pouring feces on strangers at university campuses has made his second court appearance. 680's Mama Qureshi was there.
Samuel Apoko is slowly swaying back and forth in his chair at the front of this tiny courtroom. It's actually the third courtroom we're in today, thanks to some confusion and switches. The hearing lasting only a few minutes. He's due back in court for a special bail hearing in a couple of weeks. The 23-year-old lawyer, Jordan Wise, says his client is aware of what's going on and is mentally fit to stand trial. And while he won't say if his client has mental health issues, he did suggest that does track.
So the only other possibility that makes any sense at all to me is regrettably the person is suffering from mental illness and regrettably the person isn't receiving the treatment that he ought to receive.
At the Old City Hall Courthouse, I'm Owen Qureshi.
If your commute takes you along Highway 400, you've likely spotted the giant flag supporting Don Cherry near the Aurora Road exit. 680's Phil Martino speaking with the King City business owner behind the flag.
The massive flag reads, "Bring back Don Cherry." It's currently flying on a flagpole that sits alongside Highway 400 just south of Lloydtown Aurora Road. Derek Simonis says he and his dad decided to have it made because they believe Cherry did nothing wrong.
He deserves to be on the air. He's a Canadian icon.
Simonis says they're getting a lot of support for their flag, which sits on their property, but he admits there has also been some negative reaction. One person on Facebook called it the ultimate in poor taste.
People liked it or hated it. You know, everybody has an opinion. We live in a free country.
Cherry was fired last month for comments he made on Coach's Corner that appeared to target immigrants. Simonis, whose dad and grandparents are immigrants, says he doesn't believe Cherry is anti-immigrant. I'm Phil Martino.
California Senator Kamala Harris is ending her bid for the Democratic presidential nomination in 2020.
Kamala Harris peaked early on in the first Democratic debate, taking on Joe Biden, and her numbers went up.
You were wrong to oppose busing in America.
But since then, her campaign had a hard time focusing on a message. She ran out of money to do much advertising, and there were high-profile reports of disarray in her campaign. On Tuesday, she canceled a high-profile New York fundraiser before telling her staff she would not be continuing on. Recent polling had her in 6th place in the Democratic race. Alex Stone, EBC News.
In 30 seconds, we'll check the prices at the pump.
680 News Time, 7:39.
Just in time for the holidays, Yukon Furs brings you its biggest and best ever Christmas sale. For a limited time only, find unique, stylish furs at an incredible 40 to 75% off. One-of-a-kind fur garments, specially crafted with only the highest quality North American pelts at an amazing 40 to 75% off. But hurry in, sale ends Monday, December 23rd. The biggest and best ever Christmas sale at Yukon Fur, 1667 Dundas Street West, or online at yukonfur.com. Now the 680 News gas price update. Enpro predicts the price will drop a cent at midnight to $1.12.9 cents a liter at most GTA stations. We'll check traffic and weather in 60 seconds. 680 News Time, 740.
24-hour gaming excitement awaits you at Casino Ajax. Test your luck on over 900 of your favorite slot machines and 50 electronic table games. Hungry? We have daily dining specials from 4 to 11 p.m. at spectacular prices, including T-bone steak on Wednesdays, prime rib and 2 lobster tails on Thursdays, and Fridays. Fridays or shrimp and steak on Sundays. Must be 19 plus. Sports membership required. If you gamble, play smart.
Casino Ajax. OFX are global money transfer specialists, helping individuals and businesses move money in 55 currencies. OFX is on a mission to lead the age of borderless money by combining a streamlined digital experience, 24/7 human support, and competitive rates. Whether you are sending money to family abroad, paying for overseas purchases, or just want to hang on to more of your money as it travels around the world. Learn more at OFX.com or simply download the OFX app. It's how the world moves money.
News time 7:41. Time for traffic and weather together on the ones. Here is Carrie Prunskis. This report is brought to you by Pfizer Canada. It looks like the 400 is getting pretty snow covered right now, especially around Teston Road. So that's slowing things down on the northbound side. But use extra caution anywhere from Vaughan all the way up to the Barrie area as these flurries pass through. Eastbound on the 401, just east of Yonge in the Express, the left lane is blocked with the collision. It's a slow go on the eastbound 401. Delays from Mississauga Road to Huron, Ontario. Then it's really heavy from the 427 over to these problems just east of Yonge. After that, it's still busy from Bayview to Leslie in the collectors, and then another delay from Warden over to Kennedy in the collectors. Westbound on the 401 looks to be a problem-free drive, but busy sections from Bayview to Avenue Road Express and collectors. Slows again from Keele towards the 400, mainly in the collectors through that stretch. Another delay from Kipling to Dixon. Then it's heavy into Mississauga, approaching here Ontario in the collectors to approaching Mississauga Road. Southbound 404 Don Valley Parkway, just a minor delay approaching the 401 ramps. Westbound on the Gardner, that's still pretty busy from the DVP to west of Jameson. Things are easing off pretty quickly, though, on the westbound QEW. The eastbound QEW has been moving well for some time now. Eastbound on the Gardner, delays now from Parkside all the way to Cherry, and the northbound DVP is backed up from Baby Bloor to the 401. Slows again on the northbound 404 from the 407 up to Major Mackenzie. Over 50, you may be at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. While getting your flu shot, ask about the Prevnar 13 vaccine. Visit Prevnar.ca to learn if it's right for you. And now with the forecast, here's Natasha Ransahai. Temperature steady near -1 right through the night tonight. On and off flurries. At most, we may see a light dusting that you got to brush off the car in the morning. Otherwise, we'll get a few dry breaks during the day. We've got a rain-snow mix expected through the afternoon. Temperatures up to 2 degrees. Lake effect snow, that takes over Wednesday night into Thursday morning. So with that northwest wind, traditional snow belts, Barrie, Bradford, northern York, Durham, waking up to some accumulation. You need some extra time if you're driving in from the north. A mix of sun and cloud through the afternoon Thursday. Temperatures getting up to 1 degree, wind chill -4. Through the night tonight, we're going to sit steady right near -1 degree. Right now in downtown Toronto, +1 and overcast. It's 0 at Pearson Airport. 6:80 news time, 7:43. A social media post of what appears to show a Toronto police officer sleeping in a marked cruiser has led to an internal investigation. A statement issued by the service says it is aware of the video and takes these matters very seriously, and they've started an investigation. A 17-second video posted on Reddit shows an officer in the driver's seat with his eyes closed. The cruiser also parked in a disabled parking spot. The person who posted the video says it was recorded in late August outside of Queen Street West, 7-Eleven. 6:80 news time, 7:44.
It's
There's only one of those now, so we know where the fuck that is.
Loaded with massive savings on thousands of gorgeous styles of chandeliers, floor and table lamps, fixtures, sconces, pendants, and vanity lighting. Royal Lighting guarantees every flyer item in stock, ready to take home. Visit our showroom and shop our 12-page flyer now. Royal Lighting's professional staff will help you choose the perfect lighting style for your beautiful home. Royal Lighting, 1549 Avenue Road, north of Lawrence.
From finger painting to times tables, school's the start of a journey that can take kids anywhere. Our education system needs to evolve to reflect this journey, to prepare kids for the future, their future. So we're updating it to give kids the tools they need to support positive mental health, develop real-life skills, and prepare for what's next, so they're ready to rise to every test, during school and after. Learn how the government is improving your child's educational journey at ontario.ca/education for tomorrow. Paid for by the Government of Ontario.
This is All News Radio, 680 News.
It is +1 and overcast. Good evening from the 680 News Broadcast Center in downtown Toronto. I'm Caitlin Lee. Here are the top stories this hour. Talks still at a standstill between Ontario Public High School teachers and the Ford government tonight as they hope to avert a one-day strike tomorrow. Earlier, parents were rallying tonight in support of teachers outside of negotiation headquarters. Residents of 235 Gosford furious and are taking management to court following a deadly and devastating fire 2 weeks ago.
They're very confused and people are scared.
A lawyer alleging the building has been in a state of disrepair for years. And still to come on 680 News, a good outlook on winter if you're already sick of the snow and cold. Now time for 680 Sports with Sportsnet 590 The Fan. Good evening, Rob Wong.
Good evening, Caitlin. We've got both of the Toronto teams in action tonight, and we'll start in Philadelphia as the Maple Leafs are taking on the Flyers. And through 20 minutes of play, this one is scoreless. The Maple Leafs did have a power play in that first period and actually had 6 shots on goal, but were not able to get any of them past Carter Hart, so they are scoreless after 20 minutes of play. Meantime, Scotiabank Arena, Kyle Lowry making his return to the Raptors lineup after being alive 11 games with a broken thumb. And Toronto right now tied with the Miami Heat 9-9, 7.5 minutes left to go in the first quarter. You can hear the game on Sportsnet 590 The Fan, or you can watch it on Sportsnet 1. In other NHL news, Commissioner Gary Bettman and Deputy Commissioner Bill Daly met with Akeem Alou today. Alou says it was a positive meeting and that he's hoping for big change. Blue Jays have signed reliever Anthony Bass to a 1-year deal worth $1.5 million. Toronto claimed Bass off waivers back in October, and Toronto FC took forward Juan Aguelo in the MLS re-entry draft. Sports at 15 and 45, past every hour or anytime on the home of Tim and Sid, now on TV and radio, Sportsnet 590 The Fan.
680 News Time, 7:47.
Wow, I thought I was lost, but then I remembered there's no need to look any further, because starting Wednesday during sales holiday gift event, you get a $25 gift card with every purchase of $100 on items at a regular price. Every great story begins at sale. You text it, DM it, say it 5 times a week. Let's grab a drink soon, ? It should be more like, let's grab a drink soon, ! Because not everyone who says it, does it. If you miss your crew, why wait for them to make plans? Hit someone up you said it to 3 weeks ago. You'll laugh, catch up, remember the good times. So will they. When's the last time you made a drink soon happen? JP Weisers. Hold it high. Please enjoy responsibly. Wow, I thought I was lost, but then I remembered there's no need to look any further, because starting Wednesday during sales holiday gift event, you get a $25 gift card with every purchase of $100 on items at a regular price. Every great story begins at sale.
This health report is brought to you by Cold Drops.
One drop for temporary relief of sore throat and nasal congestion. Cold Drops are available at Metro pharmacies near you. This product may not be right for you. Always read and follow the label.
680 News Time, 7:48. An Ontario Youth Court judge has granted the coroner's office access to justice records that will be reviewed as part of a pilot project. It will look into thousands of deaths of children and young adults in the province. The chief coroner says he will be using the criminal records as part of a massive project to analyze the deaths of more than 7,000 people aged 10 to 24 years old.
Things we're trying to develop is a risk prediction model. So you take that data and you say, okay, what are the risks that are identified, and provide that to the people who are alive.
Youth criminal records are tightly restricted in Ontario under the Youth Criminal Justice Act, but there is a provision to allow access for research. He says the project will try to help prevent premature death. 680 News Time, 7:49. With record snowfalls on November 11th and another record breaker for December 2nd, some of us have been a bit worried about what the future holds for actual winter. But if the cold and snow had you down, Environment Canada senior climatologist David Phillips might give you the pick-me-up you need.
We think the dominant pattern will be warmer than normal, milder than normal, more air from the southwest.
It is an outlook, though, not a forecast.
It doesn't
What does that mean?
every day from from now to the end of February is going to be beer drinking, balmy kind of conditions with no snow and no frigid temperatures.
Phillips also says it looks like this winter won't be like the past one that lingered into spring. In 60 seconds, we'll check the roads as well as your extended forecast. 680 News Time.
Wisconsin in its class, 50 year in a row.
Wow, sounds like you really love your truck.
Yeah.
Get the Ford F-150, the truck with the Vincentric Award for lowest cost to own in its class. Now during the Ford year-end event, get up to $10,500 in rebates on select new 2019 F-150 models. Get the truck that's built for the long haul. Visit your local Ford store.
I keep smoking until I feel like I'm not fucking dying.
Sparkling clean. Looking good.
Thanks. I just finished watching. Nuts.
Winter can be hard on your vehicle, but taking good care of your pride and joy can be rewarding. Right now, get 100 Air Miles bonus miles when you spend $25 or more in a
Pride
single
and joy.
transaction
After
on
these
car
people are
washes
driving
at Shell.
Corollas and
Only
fucking
until December
Civics.
15. Terms and conditions apply. See shell.ca/car wash for more details.
680 News Time, 7:51. Time for traffic and weather together on the one. Here is Carrie Prunskis. This report is brought to you by Purdy's Chocolatier. A heavy drive across the city on the eastbound 401. There's a collision just east of Young and the Express. The left lane is blocked and it is jammed from the 427 Express and Collectors to east of Young. But the Express lanes are really, really heavy once you hit the Allen. So overall, you want to be in the collector lanes through that stretch for sure. However, they are just busy beyond that, from Bayview to Leslie in the Collectors and then approaching Warden to Kennedy in the Collectors. So I suggest you stick with the Collectors for sure until you get to that problem. Then approaching the 404, use that transfer to get into the Express, and then you can avoid that collector lane delay past that. Westbound on the 401, that's still busy with volume as you make your way across the city. Delays start around Young to Avenue Road, Express and Collectors, and still seeing some busy sections from Kiel on and off to Dixon, but overall it's easing off pretty quickly through there. Heading into Mississauga, still quite heavy approaching here Ontario and the Collectors to approaching Mississauga Road. Northbound on the Don Valley Parkway, that's backed up from Don Mills to the 401, and you'll find the northbound 404 slow from Highway 7 up to Major Mackenzie. Northbound on the Allen, approaching the 401, two left lanes are blocked with a collision. This problem has been here since just after 5 o'clock. So northbound on the Allen, still quite heavy from Lawrence to approaching the 401. Maintenance crews have been assessing damage to the guardrail, so that's why it's taking so long to clear. If you're traveling the westbound Gardner, that's busy from west of Jarvis to west of Jameson, and a slow go eastbound Gardner from Rogers Center to Cherry. Let Purdy's Chocolatier take one more thing off your list this season. Get all your business and client gifts at Purdy's Chocolatier. Customized packaging and personalized notes available. Find out more at purdys.com. And now with the extended forecast, here's Natasha Ramsahai. Light snow and flurries tonight, giving a light dusting for some. -1 is the temperature we're going to sit at all night long, and getting up to 2 degrees tomorrow. Likely even start mixing in some rain showers through the afternoon. A number of dry hours in there as well tomorrow. Thursday morning, though, waking up to lake effect snow that would have been ongoing since Wednesday night. So leave some extra time driving in from the north. The afternoon, a mix of sun and cloud with some flurries and a high of 1 degree, wind chill -4. A Clipper system, this is a fast moving low pressure system, moves in Thursday night, and Friday morning's commute should be looking at a good 4 or 5 centimeters in place for that. It's going to be a slow morning. The afternoon is drier with temperatures 1 degree falling to -2, wind chill -9. By Saturday morning, that wind chill is back to -16. Overnight tonight, temperatures steady near -1, wind chill -6 by morning.
Downtown Toronto right now, a partly cloudy sky at -1. Similar conditions at Pearson Airport.
This extended forecast is brought to you by Brentview Electronics. The Napoleon Black Friday deals continue. Stay warm this winter. Save up to 30% off any Napoleon electric fireplace at Brentview Electronics. Visit Brentview.com for details.
Everyone loves the holiday dinner.
Ordering the complete turkey holiday dinner from the Pickle Barrel Catering was a great idea.
And I bet you took credit for cooking everything, didn't you?
Maybe. Dessert, anyone?
Pickle Barrel Catering's complete turkey holiday dinner includes a whole roasted turkey, stuffing, gravy, cranberry sauce, gourmet potatoes, vegetables, butternut squash soup, salad, a fresh fruit platter, and dessert. Convenience never tasted so delicious. Christmas Day delivery available. Call 416-493-4333 or visit picklebarrelcatering.com.
catering.com. The 680 News Insider Club. It pays to belong.
This week, you could win a $100 Inspired Dining card to spend at 7 different restaurant brands, including Jack Astor's Bar and Grill, Scatterbush Italian Kitchen and Bar, Canyon Creek, and more. Enjoy amazing food, a wide selection of craft beers, cocktails, and frequent new menu features. With over 35 locations in the GTA, stop in and enjoy an exceptional dining experience.
Visit 680news.com for your chance to win and to sign up for the Insider Club.
In 60 seconds, we'll check in at the Business Center.
680 News Time, 7:55.
Max here, professional dream coach, letting everyone at Bob's Deli know that Lotto Max now has draws Tuesdays and Fridays. Edgar, what are you eating?
The Tuesday special.
And what would you get if you won Tuesday's Lotto Max jackpot of an estimated $16
The
million?
Wednesday special,
Same
baby.
thing, but on my own beach. Keep going. I fly everyone to my beach, and my personal chef will make us whatever we want. Yes, I'll dream what he's dreaming. Tuesday's Lotto Max jackpot is an estimated $16 million. With draws Tuesdays and Fridays, you can dream to the max.
There are lots of ways to treat your cold symptoms. You can carry around a spoon and syrup, or try alternative methods. How about those lozenges? Why not drop all that for a different way? Cold drops. Just one drop with a naturally sourced ingredient for temporary symptom relief of cough, sore throat, and nasal congestion.
Relief with just one drop. Cold drops.
For a retailer near you, visit colddrops.com. This product may not be right for you. Always read and follow the label.
680 News Time, 7:56.
Now, time for your business report. Here's Richard Southern.
Good evening. Google's billionaire co-founders are leaving the company they created, the search engine giant that changed the world. Larry Page is stepping down as the CEO of Alphabet. That's the parent company of Google. And Sergey Brin will step down from the president's role. The two men came to Google back in 1998. They originally named their new search engine Backrub because the system fact-checked links. But eventually they changed the name to Google, which means the number 1 followed by 100 zeros. They picked it to signify that the search engine would deal in large quantities of information. And Larry Page himself, the 9th richest person in the world, worth $55.8 billion. And Sundar Pichai, the CEO of the Google subsidiary, will take over as Chief Executive Officer of Alphabet. On the markets, investors weren't searching very much for stocks today. The TSX was down 89 points to 16,892. The Dow sank 280 to 17,502. S&P down 20 points. NASDAQ down 47. All after U.S. President Trump said a trade deal between the U.S. and China may not happen until the 2020 U.S. presidential elections. Greg Taylor with Purpose Investments.
Yeah, we're getting a bit of a pattern here where anytime markets get really complacent and back to all-time highs, it feels like Trump has a bit of a wiggle room here, and he tries to exert some more concessions out of the counterparties. And the big trick right now is to try and figure out if this is just another bargaining tool where he feels like he's got some ammunition and some cards to play with, and he's going after the Chinese, saying, "Look, I've got an economy that's working, and we've got the market back to all-time highs, so I don't really need to make any concessions." And that's a big thing that people are going to think about from an investment point of view. Is this another dip that you can buy?
Price of gold up more than $15, $1,484 US. Canadian dollar at 75.24 cents US. Top stories are next on 680 News.
Did you know there's a fast way to send money abroad? It's called Xoom. 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 The money transfer app from PayPal that lets you send money abroad fast at amazing rates. Send money directly to bank accounts or for cash pickup at thousands of locations around the world. Don't go to the store and wait in line to send money. Download the Xoom app today and send money right from your phone. Money go Xoom.
Both for the toaster, both for the cereal, both for
What's gonna do it?
Well, the BMO Cashback MasterCard gives him cash back on everything. So like BMO puts a bow on every purchase. Now he's putting bows everywhere.
On your report card.
I got a D in science.
There's always next term. A bow in the blender, a bow in the...
When your credit card puts a bow on every purchase, that's the BMO effect. Get the BMO Cashback MasterCard with no annual fee and get 5% cash back for your first 3 months. Apply now. Terms and conditions apply. Visit BMO.com/cashback for details. Now, 680 News regional weather conditions for Walmart. Who's calling the shop this flu season? You are. Help protect your family with a flu shot from your local Walmart pharmacy. Subject to availability. No appointment necessary. Walmart Pharmacy, partnered with Apotex.
In Hamilton, light snow -1, Milton 0 and overcast. In downtown Toronto, +1 with some clouds. It's 0 at Pearson Airport. 6:80 news time. 8 o'clock.
How is the temperature going up if it's supposed to go down? You people make this shit up.
680 News, Toronto.
Here are Scott Burnett and Caitlin Lee.
Good evening. This is Tuesday, December 3rd.
Here's what's making news this hour.
If an agreement between the province and education workers cannot be made by midnight, Ontario public high school teachers will walk off the job for a one-day strike tomorrow.
The lawyer for the man who allegedly threw feces on strangers says he can't say if his client has mental health issues, but
That, to me, would be strongly suggestive of a mental health issue.
Trade and defense spending dominated the discussions as Prime Minister Justin Trudeau met with U.S. President Donald Trump on the sidelines of the NATO summit.
Are the last few days a taste of things to come for winter? The latest predictions in the forecast coming up. Maple Leafs and Flyers scoreless as the second period is just underway as the Raptors trail the Heat 21-19 late in the first quarter. Sports at 15.
A $1.2 billion profit in 3 months doesn't stop the Bank of Montreal from announcing sweeping job cuts. TSX, Dow, S&P, NASDAQ, all in the red. Business at 26.
News time, 8:01.
Time for traffic and weather together on the ones up the traffic center. Carrie Prunskis.
This report is brought to you by Seneca. Eastbound on the 401, no change in this problem. East of Yonge and the Express, the left lane remains closed because of a collision. Delays eastbound 401. It's busy from Kipling to the 400 Express and Collectors, then very heavy as you approach Keele to east of Yonge. Both Express and Collectors are busy through that stretch, but you're way better off if you're in the collector lanes through that. So stick with those. The Express lanes are just awful. Past that, though, it is still busy in the collector lanes from Yonge to Leslie in the Collectors and from Warden to east of Kennedy in the Collectors as well. Westbound on the 401, that's busy into Mississauga, approaching here Ontario in the Collectors to approaching Mississauga Road, but looks pretty good across the city. Northbound on the Allen, approaching the 401, 2 left lanes are blocked with a collision. This problem has been here for almost 3 hours now. And northbound on the Allen, it's backed up from Lawrence to approaching the 401. Last check, crews were still assessing damage to the guardrail. Northbound on the Don Valley Parkway, that's busy from Don Mills to north of Lawrence, and a slow-go northbound 404 approaching 16th Avenue up to Major Mackenzie. Westbound on the Gardner, that's busy from Rogers Center to west of Jameson, and you'll find a slowdown on the northbound 427 as you approach Finch to the 407. Still seeing volume delays northbound 410 from Steeles to Williams Parkway, and heading eastbound on the Gardner, that's still busy from about Rogers Center to Cherry as you get into that construction zone. And use extra caution, especially on the 400, anywhere from Vaughan up to the Barrie area. Snow-covered routes through that entire stretch. Start at Seneca this January. Make a resolution that will change your future. Choose from leading-edge programs and courses. Visit senecacollege.ca. And now with the forecast, here's Natasha Ranzahai. Flurries overnight tonight into tomorrow morning. Temperatures steady near -1. Wind chill -6 is what you're waking up to in the morning. And after some morning flurries, leading to just a few rain showers mixed with flurries on and off through the late afternoon and evening. The high tomorrow 2 degrees. Tonight, temperatures remain steady near -1. Right now in downtown Toronto, +1 and overcast. It's 0 at Pearson. 680 news time, 8:03.
Parents and students making their voices heard on Queen Street tonight in support of Ontario's high school teachers. Their union continues to negotiate with the Ford government in an 11th hour bid to avoid tomorrow's planned one-day walk-off, which would leave thousands of Ontario teens looking for something to do.
680's Michelle Matthews outside the Sherwood Center with more from both sides.
If that deal cannot be reached between the province and the Ontario Secondary School Teachers Federation, then all Ontario public high school teachers will walk off the job for one day tomorrow. Now, today at Queen's Park, Education Minister Stephen Lecce said they presented a new and innovative option to the Ontario Secondary School Teachers Federation.
We have today, through our mediators, offered a new framework that we think, we believe in our estimation, should keep them at the table. We hope they will.
However, Harvey Bischoff, president of that union, said that never actually happened.
So I heard this report through the media, not from the minister, not from the minister's representatives at the table. I asked my negotiators to go back and ask the mediator, did you give us a new proposal from the government? And her answer was unequivocally no.
If tomorrow's one-day strike is a go, It will be the first time we have seen this in 22 years in Ontario. I'm Michelle Mackey.
Hundreds of displaced residents have burned out 235 Gosford Boulevard, hoping the threat of legal action will help get answers from their landlord. 680's Mark Douglas has the latest developments following last month's deadly fire at the North York high-rise.
At a bare minimum, we'd like answers.
Gavin Krause, speaking for the group, now represented by Diamond and Diamond lawyers. He says he and his fellow tenants have been told different things by the landlord, Ronke Management.
Why has there been such a lack of communication and compassion shown to us by the building owners?
Lawyer Daryl Singer going even further, alleging years of disrepair to the building caused or at the minimum contributed to the deadly fire.
Based on our discussions with both the City of Toronto and the tenants themselves.
Diamond and Diamond could begin litigation in 1 or 2 days if they do not get assurances from Ronke that every displaced resident will be looked after as promised. That includes housing and transition payments. We have reached out to Ronke for a response to all this, but we've heard nothing back so far. In North York, I'm Mark Douglas.
A man accused of dumping liquefied feces on people at 2 university campuses made a brief court appearance today and will return before a judge again later this month. 680's Mohammed Qureshi has the latest from the suspect's lawyer.
It took several hours and a few courtroom changes, but eventually Samuel Opoku made a very brief court appearance. Sitting at the front of the courtroom, slowly swaying back and forth in his chair, a bail hearing has been set for later this month. Afterwards, his lawyer, Jordan Wise, making it clear at this point he can't say if his client has mental health issues, but he did go on to say this.
I didn't say categorically. I said that if someone is throwing feces at persons randomly without any rhyme or reason, that to me would be strongly suggestive of a mental health issue because there would be no animosity between the person and the victim.
Wise did say Opoku is fit to stand trial. At Old City Hall, I'm Mohammed Qureshi.
680 News Time, 8:07. This news segment brought to you by Symposium Cafe. Toronto police have a better description of the vehicle they think was involved in a deadly hit and run in the Islington and Finch area last week. Investigators with traffic services, with help from the Center for Forensic Sciences and the public, believe the suspect vehicle is a 2016 to 2018 dark-colored Honda Pilot. A 77-year-old woman was crossing Islington around 7:30 last Thursday morning when she was struck and killed. The driver of the vehicle that hit her left the scene. Police say the investigation remains very active and the public is still urged to contact police with any information. They're also asking the person responsible to get a lawyer and turn themselves in.
680 News Time, 8:07. At the NATO summit in London, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau met on the sidelines with U.S. President Donald Trump in their first meeting since the federal election. Here's 680's Parliament Hill reporter Cormac McSweeney.
What was supposed to be a simple photo op turned into a mini news conference because President Donald Trump felt chatty. He started off discussing the new NAFTA and called on the Democrats to ratify the deal as soon as possible, saying he wouldn't be surprised if Canada and Mexico walked away.
It's a great deal for everybody, so hopefully they can get it done and get it done fast.
He then moved on to defense spending and the fact that Canada is not meeting its NATO commitment of spending 2% of our GDP on our military.
We'll put Canada on a payment plan, right? I'm sure the Prime Minister would love that.
Oh, motherfucker.
What is your number?
The number we thought was a 70% increase over these past years. After their talk, Trump, Trudeau, and other NATO leaders attended a reception with the Queen, followed by a working dinner hosted by British Prime Minister Boris Johnson. Cormac McSweeney, Parliament Hill.
680 News Time, 8:08. The official start of winter just under 3 weeks away, but you wouldn't know it by looking outside after another record-breaking snowfall. So is this a sign of things to come? Well, Environment Canada senior climatologist Dave Phillips says earlier predictions of winter have painted a harsh picture, but
the pattern from the 1st of December to the end of February, 90 days, our models are showing that we think it will be milder than normal.
As for snowfall, it's looking like normal to slight above normal amounts. Phillips also says it doesn't look as if a winter will drag on into spring like it did this year. Coming up in 30 seconds, we'll check on the price of the pumps.
680 News Time, 8:09. In the ancient days, the symposium was full of debate, boasting, and revelries. Today, the tradition continues with friends and family at Symposium Cafe, Restaurant, and Lounge. The holiday gift card promo is on now at Symposium. With every $50 gift card you purchase, receive a bonus gift card for yourself. Give a gift, get a gift. See details in store and online at symposiumcafe.com. Open early till late, there's always a Symposium Cafe close by.
Now the 680 News gas price update. Empro predicting the price of the pump's going to drop a cent at midnight to $1.12.9 a liter. Coming up in 60 seconds, traffic and weather together on the ones.
680 News time, 8:10.
Be the first to know. Breaking news as soon as it happens. 680 News.
Questions about your furnace? Call on Reliance Home Comfort. Cecil asks, can I control my home's heating with voice commands? Yes, when you connect a smart thermostat and smart speaker, you can do just that. Right now, get our featured furnace with no monthly payments or interest for 18 months. And we'll throw in a Google Home Hub and Nest Smart Thermostat as an exclusive bonus. So you can simply say, hey, Google, make it warmer. And just like that, your home warms up. When you need help fast. Reliance. Conditions and taxes apply. Interest accrues 18 months from installation. Financing OAC.
Cameron McIntosh presents the spectacular production of Andrew Lloyd Webber's The Phantom of the Opera. Critics are raving. It's bigger and better than ever before. See the phenomenal new production of the world's greatest love story, The Phantom.